So yeah, I
Tom's
heard.
doing his thing.
I think that
He said 10 seconds. I can say good evening, people. In 10
Hey,
there you
guys.
go. See?
There you go.
Yeah. So I think I heard you invoke justify true belief definition of knowledge. Is that what you hold to?
Yeah, that knowledge must be cognate to antecedent knowledge to be justifiable, and knowledge is justified true belief.
Okay, knowledge is justified true belief. And if you're a preceptor, I'm assuming that you believe that I know that God exists. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And if you know something, you have to know that you know it. It isn't an assumption. It's not a subjective claim that you hold that God does not exist.
Well, we can get to that, right? So,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you think that I don't believe in God, though, right? Or
Well,
else I would just be going to heaven, right?
I believe that you have denied knowledge and you want to make knowledge claims, and you got someone asking you what is your ultimate authority, and you say you don't have one. That's game over. That's
Look, if I know God exists and I believe God exists, then I'm just going to heaven. So I'm assuming there's a whole point to this. Surely you can't think that I believe in God, right?
I believe you do. I believe everyone believes.
Well, then we're all just going to heaven then.
I wish that were true, but again, you really don't believe in God.
Oh, how do you know that?
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Right, except the Bible says that we all do.
Now look, you've just flat out contradicted yourself.
No, he's trying to find some hidden esoteric meaning that you can go to heaven if you just because God has given you his salvation, but if you don't choose to take his salvation, you reject it.
Look, you're just flat out contradicting yourself. Do I believe? Well, listen to me and I'll explain it to you. You said that I don't believe in God, and then you said that I do believe in God. Now, do I have to explain this contradiction to you?
No. I've said that you're suppressing the knowledge of God. Everyone believes in God, but except for those that suppress his knowledge and wickedness and unrighteousness.
Yeah, hold on a second. If I know something, that doesn't make it true or untrue.
Okay, whatever.
Knowledge. This is important.
Dude,
weird conversation. If you're saying that the knowledge of God means that I suppress it, that's
this is just
that's
worthless.
like a negative
Can I just continue, please?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, like, not even a minute I've gone here, Styzor. I was sitting there listening to you for 15-20 minutes there.
I'm sorry, Torn. It's just that simple.
Okay, so back to the point. Do I believe it or not?
Oh, you believe it in God?
I do believe it. So I believe in God. I know God exists. So what's the problem, right?
Let me just get 20 seconds, then you can respond. I know you believe in God, and the reasons are you can't start with knowledge, truth, or logic unless you start with God, the foundation of all source of all knowledge, truth, and logic.
You're just reading something to me. I don't care about this.
That's fine if you pay attention. If you deny God, then you have to deny logic. But since God gave you your logic,
is this how you're gonna debate? When you get in trouble, you just start reading pre-written like scripts.
Hey, I wouldn't mind him reading. If I could just interject for a second, I wouldn't mind him reading something if he felt that best captured his actual position. The problem isn't that he's using someone else's words. The problem is that he's using someone else's words without any ability to defend it. Okay, so he's putting forth the assertion that you simply can't reason without a belief in God. Let's hear the proof for that. Trot that out for us, please.
No, what I said was that the epistemology is justified knowledge and belief, and knowledge is something that qualifies something as knowledge. So evidence, belief, and position. But even if you hold some antecedent knowledge and proper basic beliefs that God does not exist, that's also an assumption and subjective claim. So without any justification other than your antecedent knowledge that you hold while having no evidence or argument to support your position, it sounds like
that's just something totally different, right? I'm talking about knowledge and belief, right? And from what I gather, right, you're in the business of you want people to believe in God, right?
Everyone believes in God. I want them to.
So what's the problem?
That you're suppressing his knowledge through your rebellion and wickedness.
But it wouldn't matter if it was suppressed, because if it's suppressed or not, according to you, I still believe. It wouldn't matter if it was suppressed. What would it matter?
But you really wouldn't go to church or read the Bible, right?
Why would that matter?
Sky out real quick.
That
is the difference between faith and
that's what it
faith
means to
and
believe in
belief.
God, is through His Word. So I don't know what else.
Wait. So now I don't. You're back to now. I don't believe in God.
No, I said over and over that you're suppressing the knowledge.
No,
of
you just said, you just contradicted yourself again, because now you're saying that to believe in God means to do it through His Word, but you're saying that I do believe in God. However, are you saying that I don't believe in God because I'm not doing it according to His Word? Make up your mind. Do I believe in God or not?
You do believe in God, but
okay, so then there's no problem. There is no according to His Word. There is no this or that. I believe in God, period.
You choose to lie. You choose the suppression of
So
His
all
Word.
that stuff about believing in His Word, all that was just garbage. I'm just gonna, you hear me? This is just me wiping it off the table. It's all just irrelevant crap that you brought in. Just garbage, right? So now we're back to I believe in God.
Could I ask a question to our priest?
Wait, hold on.
Hold on.
Wait.
Hogtie wanted to go next. I want to give him a chance.
I was just gonna say, be nice, guys. Be nice. You know, we can have a disagreement. But be nice. Keep it logical, and keep it on topic, please.
So here we are back at the beginning, right? So I assume we don't need your moderating stars. Listen, I'm assuming that you're in the business that you want people to believe in God. You want people to believe in God. But we already all believe in God. What's the problem?
Okay, don't be so.
Yeah. The problem is that you really don't believe in God.
So now we're back to I don't believe in God. Here we go. Okay, now we're just back at the beginning again.
So if we don't believe in God, it means the Bible is false on the claim that it makes.
No, do we believe in God? Do I believe in God? Or do I not believe in God, Skyout? How many times are you going to waffle back and forth? Just pick a position, and then we'll move on.
Okay, I said you're suppressing belief.
Here's the way we move forward, Skyout. You tell me whether or not I believe in God. Your answer is going to be yes or no.
You do.
But
you do.
Wait,
you're suppressing it.
Hold on.
But you're suppressing it.
All right.
Styzor, I don't need you. Styzor, I don't need your help.
No, you do. Twam, or whatever your name is, deboxed. Just
Tom. It's Tom.
Yeah, okay. Twam. Okay. Calm your tits, bro. Okay. Just relax. You sound more angry than I do. Just
He's
relax.
pretty calm. This is him calm.
Yeah, but this is not.
I don't know what this is supposed to be doing.
Or not real.
Let people talk.
Yeah,
like,
I'm quite happy to. But guys, we're getting off topic. This is not. Is God real or not?
Okay,
just
shut up.
Reasonably,
I
just
think
let it go.
he's being okay. He's fine.
All right, you made a good point, Tom. Styzor, please chill. I'd like Hogtie to go. He's been waiting for a while.
Oh, you know, I'm gonna yield surprisingly quickly. Having listened to only a couple of minutes on the outside, I didn't realize we had a pre-supper in here. You know, spinning these little catchphrases they get on their little index cards that comes with the Cy10 Brukenkate DVD box set. I had actually popped in. Let me just headline this, and we'll not discuss it. We'll discuss it at another point. But I want people to think about this. It's a weird thing when people talk about epistemology, and they say, "I am a coherentist," or "I am a foundationalist," almost as if your view of those viewpoints is that you say, "Well, I'm going to proceed in reasoning this way." I'm going to suggest to people, we'll discuss later, just warming you up to the idea, that's a mistaken way to reason about epistemology. Epistemology is a field where we reason about how we reason, right? Where we try to understand how we come to understand things. You're not choosing a team like you're choosing your favorite hockey team or basketball team or whatever. So when somebody says that, well, I'm a foundationalist, it doesn't mean that at some point they've made the active choice to, well, I'm going to set forth my epistemic foundations and then work to reason from there and not deviate from that path. Where a coherentist says, well, I'm going to lash together a set of coherent beliefs and then I'm going to reason from those and I'm going to do it without a foundation. That's not at all the enterprise of epistemology. The enterprise of epistemology is trying to understand how we come to understand things. So a good parallel would be like evolution. You could have somebody who says, well, I believe in evolution. Well, that doesn't mean that they're going to will themselves to be a being that was created through an evolutionary process, where a creationist can will himself to be somebody who was, specially and fearfully, wonderfully made, right? So try not. My suggestion, and we'll let somebody else go because I realize we've got a presupper in here spouting the presup nonsense that he doesn't understand himself, and certainly can't provide any actual reasoning to support his assertions about, well, you believe in God, but you're pretending none of that stuff. He's got no proof for any of that stuff. He just wants you to buy the same Seitan Brukenkate DVD